Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 216 in our review. Please subscribe. We have a central thought. You know it. You might hear it in your head often throughout the day, and that's a good thing. And we can say it together now, that I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. It is the central idea that we were told in the introduction to the review, that it links all of our lessons together. And in truth it does, because every single lesson we can find a component of our central idea that blends into this central idea. Today's review lesson is, it can be but myself I crucify. And as I have always said when I do this lesson, that's a very harsh word. Crucify is a harsh word. It conjures up all kinds of images in our mind. There's not one of us who does not know of the crucifixion. And so it can be but myself that I crucify. And have I put myself on that cross with my elder brother? Well, if we go into lesson 196, which is the lesson we are reviewing, there is this great line. I'm not going to read a lot of the lesson again, in case you're wondering, but the dreary, hopeless thought that you can make attacks on others and escape yourself has nailed you to the cross. It can be but myself that I punish. And I usually, sort of tone down that word crucify, because the image of crucify is not one that perhaps that we can really understand or think that I'm doing that to myself. So instead of using a word that might be difficult to relate to, I'm going to use words that we can certainly understand that we have done to ourself. To myself, I have punished myself. To myself, I have mistreated myself. To myself, I have penalized myself. I have treated myself badly at times. I've demeaned myself. I have doubted myself. I've been unloving to myself. The lesson, the words in italics that we have to use say, all that I do unto myself. And that's it. I'm always doing everything to myself. This idea that I can punish or be harsh to others and I can escape my own attack does not work. It's always myself that I attack. It is always myself that I forgive. So all that I do unto myself. If I attack, I suffer. But if I forgive, salvation will be given me. If I forgive all of these harsh ideas, all of the grievances, all of the judgments, all of the condemnations will be relieved. They will be lifted off of me, because I am the one who has placed them there to begin with. So if I forgive, I will be free. I am free when I forgive. I'm not a body. I'm not a body. And when I think of the word crucify, I think of a body. So this is another reason I want to use a word that seems more possible. Crucifixion of myself doesn't seem possible. When I realize crucifixion is meaning how I have mistreated me, now I can say, oh yes, I have done that. I have done that. I have done that many, many times. Another way in which we mistreat ourselves is when we think small about who we are, rather than the glory and the magnitude that we are in truth, because we are still as God created us. So rather than accepting that I am still as God created me, and in place of that, I think that I am small and insignificant, and I am a body, and I can be hurt, and I can be crucified. But I am not. I am ready to switch my body identification for the truth of who I am. And the truth of who I am is that I am still as God created me, and I am spirit. God creates spirit. He doesn't make bodies. Often an idea that I get comments about, because it's very hard to understand that this body didn't come from God. Because the Holy Book, the ancient scripture, this is a modern day scripture, but the ancient scripture told us that God made a body, and then another, and another. We are not that. We are spirit. And as spirit, we don't have a bodily function to perform. We have a holy function, a purpose, a goal. And it's the peace of God. The peace of God is my one goal here, the aim of all my living here, my purpose and my function and my life. I have a holy purpose, but it doesn't have to do with being a body. So it can be but myself that I punish, admonish, demean, doubt, think small about, underestimate. But when I realize that I am not that, now I can be free. I can truly accept that I am as God created me, still and forever, changeless, eternal. And I can now claim my true self and share that with all of the blessings that it comes with all of the sonship. And I think that's it. I think today we take down all of those grief fences and understand the truth of who we are. That's it. I hope it helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile. Please smile. And just a note, when I was looking at last year's video, today was the day that I got my cast off that I had last year. So but I still didn't think I was a body, but I had a cast. Namaste.